Hey everybody, good morning. Infinity, Mark, John. Infinity back on top. Well, congratulations. You're here early. Craig, Sergio, Rick, Dex, Larry, David, Chris. Good morning. Arturo, Darren, Alan, Mary, Rongamer. Good morning. As always, have fun fixing Teslas. Donald, JB, Michael, Dave, Don, Tim. Welcome, everybody. If you want to chat with me like all these fine folks, say hey, good morning, ask me questions, whatever it might be, check it out. Link's right over there. I don't take requests during the morning show, so unless it's just something that's crazy moving for some reason. But that's what the Tuesday evening show is. So if you missed that, last night was it. 5 p.m. on Tuesdays, we do a request show for, gosh, I call it 30 minutes of awesome, but lately it's been running hour and a half, hour and 30 minutes. I should rename it. Anyway, welcome everybody. Good morning. Bitcoin doing what the mainstream media is calling a flash crash. Looks like I got one string out, one string. There we go. Flash crash. I don't know. I mean, it volatile. Yeah, we knew it was going to be volatile. Anybody that didn't know Bitcoin was going to be volatile, welcome to the conversation. Volatility is the name of the game for, gosh, probably the next 18 months, maybe 24 months. We'll have some. It'll chill out a little bit, and then it'll get pretty spicy. Speaking of spicy, we got the FOMC minutes coming out at 2 p.m. this afternoon, and things could get kind of spicy in the market. We're already seeing a little bit of sourness coming into the market here, so we'll see what happens here today. Things could get spicy. By spicy, I mean volatility could pick up. And if you're not ready for that, well, you probably should be. Hopefully, you've been listening to me. And we're not up today. ES starting out 22 points down. As we can see right here, we got ES down. S5FI spiked up and made a higher high yesterday. That's interesting, right? I think it's interesting. I mean, we had the S&P down, we had NASDAQ down, we had Russell down, but we had the S5FI climbing to a high, to the highest high that we've had for months and months and months. So that's S&P 500 stocks above their 50-day moving average, and that climbed yesterday while the market was going down. That should give you a big, like, that's like a warning light, like, watch out. This thing might be about to roll over. All right. Be careful. I posted something in the VIP chat just a minute ago. Probably don't have it in my regular chat. Let me copy it over really quickly. Where'd it go? Give me a second. Big. Which one was it? Yeah, here we go. Save that, then share it back with myself. The things I forget to do. 1 second. There we go. All right, now let me grab that on the screen. It's funny, my account here is not in the VIP chat, but whatever. What else? Here we go. Right here. Check this out. We just watched the biggest short covering in ages. And right there, we don't get much more than this. So watch out, baby. This is the point from where we see rollovers happen. All right, this is short selling is down here. This is short covering up here. We're seeing that spike. We could go higher. Entirely possible. We could, spike it on up. Could get it up to an 8. It's just the Z-score, 1-day notional short flow. Seeing covering. And be careful. All right. I think the date's wrong on the bottom here, but that's okay. That's okay. We're definitely seeing some funny business because S&P down, rolling on down. Somebody drew a big arrow on the chart where we think we're going. So be careful out there. Be careful. Alrighty. Any questions? Let me know. So, where do we go from here? Down, potentially. All right, before we talk about trades, though, and the rest of it, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss. If you're not in this game and have the ability to absorb losses, you got to reevaluate your life choices. All right. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Just because it happened in the past doesn't mean it'll happen again. I mean, the market rhymes. It doesn't copycat itself. All right. I may never get it right again, although my track record is pretty good so far, unlike somebody like Jim Cramer. I mean, yesterday, Jim Cramer coming out bullish on Bitcoin. Look what happened today. I mean, can't make this stuff up. This presentation intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining. It is not a recommendation to buy or sell anything. All right. Don't buy stocks. Don't buy options. Don't buy Forex. Don't buy cryptos. Don't buy futures. Don't buy bonds. Don't sell them. Don't long them. Don't short them. Don't buy stuff from gurus you don't trust. Make sure you trust people. And don't just believe the sales hype. Make sure you really trust people before you buy their stuff. I mean, I almost guarantee you any of these time-limited deals are not all that time-limited. Only when they're picking, a very select number of people for something. So if you desire personal financial advice, you need to hire and consult a financial advisor. Alrighty. So, yeah. Dang it, Jim Cramer. That's right, Pat. That's right, Sledge. That's right, Patrick. Dadgummit, man. Why did you have to come out bullish on Bitcoin yesterday? Anyway, I mean, if anybody didn't know what's happening, check this out. Look at that candle. Woo, wicked. Wicked. We can look at it on Coinbase, which was one of the craziest exchanges. Had the highest high and the lowest low, it looked like. Look at that baby. I mean, whoo, baby. So that we've been all the way down right to about 40,600-ish. Yeah. If I click the button, it'll actually tell me. Yeah, 40,625. Back up off the low a little bit, a couple grand. I mean, that's the volatility, baby. 10% off of the high yesterday, probably 12%, almost 11%. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I mean, he was bearish on it a few weeks ago and it ripped higher. Now he's bullish on it and it rips lower. I mean, that dude can't be more wrong in the short term. Anyway, he got bearish on crypto right back here in October. I have a tweet from him, and then what did it do? It went, and then yesterday's bullish on crypto, and then it rips. But I mean, this isn't like we haven't seen this before. Let me look right here. We get these flush outs. We know there's a giant ETF approval potentially coming out. Lots of fear, lots of uncertainty, lots of doubt, lots of chaos. This, to me, looks like a flushing of leverage. There's a lot, internationally, there's a lot of brokerages out there that allow you to leverage your Bitcoin up to 100 to 1. That's not really something you can do here in the US. You have to go to foreign exchanges to be able to get that. But they allow people to trade 100 leverage on Bitcoin. That's pretty common in Forex. So, yeah, there's a reverse Kramer, but it's usually just based on stocks, and it depends on your time frame. Usually, he's wrong in the short term, but more correct in a longer time frame. So it's all about time frame, as always. But usually, whatever he says, like, it gets ripped immediately. So it's just funny to me. I've been warning about the potential pullback in Bitcoin. Watch out. This could just be the beginning. we could see a flush. It would not surprise me one bit to see a sell the news event. I mean, we could be looking at like a 20-30% pullback, which is not all that crazy. In fact, I got a market math class later today at 10:30 that we'll discuss why something like 38.2 might be what we see. Why would we get a 38.2 retrace? Well, it's in the number. It's in the math of the market. We could easily see that kind of retrace. So anyway, all in the fib lines. There's a lot of them on this chart. So, and we could just come back to the roadmap line. I mean, that would be totally normal right there. If you want the roadmap line on your chart, this orange line right here, link is in the description. Click the more button, roll down. It's like $5. Then you can come get in Discord with me too. So anyway, hey Arthur, doing pretty good today. Feeling a lot better than I was last couple weeks. So there you go. That's Bitcoin in a nutshell. S&P 500 down 25. Kind of expect it to maybe take the entire FOMC move back. Maybe a little more. Darn well could. FOMC move started right there. Little volatility, and we could take it all back. Plus a little more. Plus a little more. We did leave a gap on the futures rollover. We don't typically leave those open. Wouldn't surprise me to come back and fill that one. We did over here too. Don't be surprised if we come back down to 4,400. All right, any questions? Moving on. NASDAQ. Well, kind of expected that one to come down too. Somebody drew a big target oval right down here. Tend to hit these things when I draw them. And somebody asked me about this extension of the roadmap line. It's just the curve tool right here. It's under the drawing tools right up in here somewhere. Probably, I don't know. It's one of these menu items. Yeah, there it is. Down here, curve, the curve tool. I just have it set to be orange, and I can draw curves all over the place. See, just draw them, and I just have them set to 4 pixels wide, orange, similar to the roadmap line. So that's just kind of educated wild guess where that goes. You know, are we gonna hit it? I don't know. It's just kind of projecting out there in the future. So I wouldn't be surprised if NASDAQ, which is QQQ, take these NQ prices, divide by 41. You're roughly at the QQQ price. These are the futures. They trade 24/7, whereas other things don't. All right. Even QQQ stops trading for several hours overnight. And Russell looks like we're going to keep pulling back. So all 3 major indexes that I watch, and people are like, why don't you watch the Dow? It's because it's so manipulated that the numbers, it's kind of like, whose line is it anyway? The numbers are all made up and, the points don't matter. So I feel like the ES, S&P 500 is kind of the broad market, 500 companies. I mean, pretty nice swath of the economy. Doesn't have small caps though, so we'll keep an eye on Russell with the small caps. And our best performers are the NASDAQ 100, and that's in NQ right here. So the ETFs, SPY, QQQ, IWM right there. ES, SPY, NQ, QQQ, and Russell is IWM. So if you just have a inkling to know how that works. Oil is kind of churning at the bottom. Ooh, ASML. Getting hit some more. So let's go ahead and pull that one up. The Danish government saying that they don't want their chip machines being exported. Their chip fabs. Imagine that. Probably coming back to the roadmap line, then we'll bounce. So it looks like my trade's back to scratch. But 70% likely we're going to climb right on up here after whatever this little flush out is. So we'll see how that plays out. Not really concerned. Sitting on one share. If you trade in such a size that this is worrisome, you traded way too big. I'm looking for that move up to 820, and I can sit on it a while. I mean, it's going to be like a, gosh, what is it? About a 15% gain when it gets up there. I'm pretty confident we're going to go up there. 17% gain. It's pretty good for shares. Alrighty. And yeah, that was way on down the list already. And the biggest losers. So rolling back up. Oil just kind of churning here. We kind of held support yesterday. We were pushing the limit. I mean, we were really pushing it. And look, overnight, dipping down to the bottom of the range, turning green. Was that the final flush out? I don't know. It looks like we flushed the top and then we flushed the bottom. Looks like they're stopping people out. That's what that looks like. It's very common in the futures market. You see these wicked tails on the top and the bottom. Just traders screwing each other. I mean, algos love to rip everybody, and then they move the price. Like they stop everybody out, and then it'll move. We see that a lot. That's why these I call them bottoming tails. They catch my attention. It's like a big flush out before they start moving price. Sometimes it doesn't go as fast as you think it should. So, but watch out for those big long tail, big long tails on the top. Usually indicate flushing out the top before we drop it, and big long tails on the bottom, flushing out the bottom before we rip it higher. And when you get them both ways, they're getting everybody out. So just one of those price action things. Hey, Carlene. Morning. Morning. All right. Gold is kind of dipping a little bit. God, that chart's gotten busy. Straight busy. Let's clean this up a little bit. I think I've cleaned this up before and it just didn't save. So that's cool. Gosh, I love it when things don't work. So we're getting below that, so odds are we're coming back to the roadmap line at this point. Couldn't hold it. Probably coming back down to this place right here where I drew a big target. And it looks like a 1, 2, 3. If you don't see it, goes from here, 1, 2, and that's the third move right down there. That makes this move, and we copy and we paste right like that. It's an echo in the market. The market tends to do the same kind of, like I talk about, it doesn't do the exact same thing. If it did the exact same thing, we would have started from right here and pulled back again. We would have gone up here and pulled back, and that would have been the exact same thing. It doesn't do the exact same thing, but it does do a similar thing to something it did before. So it did this before, rallied up, ran out of steam, and we may see that again. And if you happen to run the fib line, look, stopped right at the 618, right there. Ta-da! Which means, watch out for that. 1935 would be support on gold at this point. All right. Not magic, just fib lines, just patterns. Same patterns all the time. People say technical analysis is full of crap. I don't know. I just happen to get it right a lot. Anyway, look at the 30-minute here. I mean, that to me is not a flash crash. Maybe the last candle there. Flash crashes, if you've ever watched a real flash crash, like we had back when the high frequency trading, before that really got outlawed. I mean, that last 5 minutes, that could have been a flash crash. But it wouldn't really, it didn't really go with $2,000. That's not even that much for Bitcoin. Flash crashes are like wicked moves really fast. And to me, that's not really a flash. Flash is like algos are hitting it so fast you can't do anything. I mean, sure, that's pretty wicked, but look, looks like we did a flush out. We may come back down, hit the 618, and then break out above that high. If we do all that, we do this little flush back down in here. This is all constructive to going higher. Break up above that. Probably go break through there. I'm on a 5-minute chart, so I mean, we could argue the flash crash thing. That looked like a flush out to me. Just normal flush out. Hey, here's your buying opportunity. If we roll right back down, find support right around this 42,000 area, break back higher, break out above this high right here, that would be a long. Now, this is day trading. This would be like kind of like day trading Bitcoin, because the opportunity would only be up to about 45,000 right there, right in the roadmap line. And then we'll probably see another retrace off of that, hold above here, and then go higher again like that. And that move, funny enough, that move right there would echo this move right here. Something like that, right up to about 45.7. And then we'll probably see another retrace like that, back down in here. Yeah, IWLs. What you got going on? Oh, rolling on down. Finally getting that flush out I was looking for. Jeez. I bet I didn't buy enough time on my options. That was stupid. Yeah, we're gonna refresh. We're gonna flush that one on down. Probably going right back down here on IWM. Anybody surprised by the market pulling back? Anybody are you new here? Anybody been here a lot that's surprised by the market pulling back? Anybody think I was going to be wrong? I just wonder. I mean, just curious. If you want to admit it. Ethereum, I've been saying that was not bullish. We're getting below that trend line. Watch out. May drop on down. Yeah. I hear you, Patrick. Yeah. I've been trying to tell everybody, beating the drum everywhere I could. Look at that dollar breaking back above. Probably going to go up here and test this zone up in here. One more time. Yeah, that's just being sloppy right there. Not respecting trend lines. Obviously, this trend line doesn't mean squat because not respecting it whatsoever. So probably come back up there, bounce off of that, and then get another extension. If we do that, probably move on down. Oh, look at that, right to the prior low. So we may see that rally right up here, find some resistance, and then come down here. See if that plays out. DYN. Yeah, nice. That's a biotech. I always say biotech, you got to be careful. FDA approvals, denials, and mergers, acquisitions. But look, I mean, these guys run it. Why you want to mess with something that loses money all the time? That's just not my game. There's plenty. I mean, there's like 8,000 tickers. I bought all the market data from 2005 up through January 31st. There's like 8,000 tickers in that list. That's crazy. I bought 1 minute data for that long because I got an idea I'm going to work on. And so why chase some of this stuff that just, I mean, if you know it's bad. I mean, look at that. Reverse split. This is like warning sign number 1. Well, actually, warning sign number 1 is we're under the roadmap line. That's like, hello, we're a giant dumpster fire. All right. Then we do a reverse split. And when you click on these buttons over here, they're losing crap tons of money. I mean, $7 a share right there. Jeez. How bad you gotta do your books? Yeah. Standardized. Lost $235 a share? Are you freaking kidding me? And then we're gonna do some crazy pop? Don't mess with this stuff, man. That's like lighting your money on fire. Could you day trade it? Sure. Is it basically gambling? Yeah, basically. Don't mess with that stuff. Well, we talked about this one before. I don't remember when it was on the list. Probably back here in November. Somebody said it was coming back. And it's slowly coming back. Almost down to the target. Ridiculous. Don't mess with crap like that. NVS, Novartis. I mean, you'd be like, hey, JT, man, this is a big pharmaceutical company. Yeah. And they make some money. Sure. But they also have FDA approvals, denials, and all that stuff that can mess with them. And it's just not my thing. I stay away from biotech, pharma, med tech. I don't have a great word for it. Maybe I should come up with something that combines all the biotech, pharma, med tech, all that stuff into one. And for lots of pharmaceuticals on the list this morning. Biopharma. That's under the roadmap line. And look, lower highs. Just expect more of that. Losing tons of money. Money's expensive right now, if you didn't know. I mean, go try to borrow money for a house or a car. You're like, oh my gosh, money's expensive. Why would you run a company? This is the problem, though. There's a whole generation of CEOs and executives that never knew anything except ZIRP. Zero interest rate policy, ZIRP. So they don't know how to run a company when money's expensive. Now, that's the problem. And watch out. A lot of those the facts of life are gonna come hit home before long for a lot of these companies. Pure Storage potentially working on a breakout, but really just looks more like more sideways, choppy garbage. May return to the bottom. Computer peripherals, mRNA. And poked up above the roadmap line into the resistance, but watch out. We break back below 82. That can head on down to 49.50 area down here. Talked about that one last night. Pretty sure. SASI, another garbage chart. Below the roadmap line. All the same things. Reverse split. This one isn't even biotech pharma, but it's got all the warning signs here. Losing crap tons of money, doing reverse splits, below the roadmap line. It's like the perfect recipe for going down. So, garbage. Don't trade garbage. Another one. Look at that. $5. Used to be like, look, how many reverse splits are in here? 30 for one, 7 for one. Another 20 for one. Those are like big red, don't trade this ticker warnings. I've never been in something that had a reverse split that I made a bunch of money, like over the long term. I just, short-term opportunities, sure, there's little pops and stuff like that, but it's just not worth it. Like the risk is just, there's so much quality stuff out there. So TDCX, the garbage chart, information technology. Look at that. Heading into the abyss. I mean, how low can she go? Well, zero is not far away, so doesn't have far to go. Could it turn around? Well, sure. Could they could all turn around, but what makes you think they're going to? There's another reverse splits. Golly, this garbage making it up to showing up today. Real estate development. Yeah, it looks like it's going to zero. $5. Garbage. MSTR. Well, guess what happens when Bitcoin pulls back? That one has hit all the targets I would expect right now. And would not surprise me one bit to come right back down to the roadmap line at this point. I mean, look, look at the last time we hit the roadmap line. Right back here, and we launched. This is the pattern I look for. Was this quality? Yeah. Did I make money on this trade? Yeah. Did lots of other people? I know, Sledge, you made some money. Hopefully you booked it. I mean, that was an epic move. Right up to the 272. Right off the roadmap line. Watch out, though. Downside is higher probability at this point. Yeah, who could have possibly seen that biotechs were going down? I don't know. Who's been saying that all year? ASML, yeah, getting the pullback. Watch for that to bounce at this point. Let's clean this up just a little bit. Yeah, we may come back to the roadmap line right there. That may happen before we can go higher. Coin. Oh, geez. I wonder who said that was probably going down. Watch out for that. The breakout level right there. Go retest that. Then we can go higher. I've got my alert at 120. SOXX. That's probably coming back down. NVIDIA. Probably going to retest. Well, at this point, it looks like this is going to drift down, and we're going to meet up here somewhere in the future with the roadmap line. SMCI, still bearish. Still expect a flush out. Seeing a little positive action. Yeah, everything kind of stabilized a little bit. Seeing some green candles here. FNGU. Came up shy. Probably going to missed the target just a little bit. This is leverage, though. Be careful on leverage. Doesn't always follow the patterns. Doesn't always hit the targets. If you trade leverage, be conservative on your targets. That's the word, conservative. I mean, kind of expected 250, but we got to 245. I mean, that was pretty darn close. 244.50, I guess. When we were talking about it down here and people said I was full of crap, well, we got pretty darn close. Probably going to retrace back down in this zone, find support again before we go for the targets. CRWD. People do message me in private and tell me how full of crap I am on some of these guesses and targets. CRWD looks like it's going to come back down to this area somewhere over here. We could just go sideways. Like this could just go sideways until we get there. So I'd bet on the downside. Boeing probably coming back down. Would not surprise me to see Boeing back in this zone. If we do that, it can be very bullish. This is basically completed 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I expect this. It doesn't have to go that deep. There's other fib lines in here, but this would be the classic best pattern. This is my ideal pattern. Ideal retrace down to this target. Hold support there at 170, 180, 190, that area. Hold there, turn positive again, break back above the daily roadmap line. We could see this kind of big move. Something like 400 maybe crazy high, but it's got to get that retrace. It's got to flush people out first, find support, then turn higher. Then we can see the bigger up. Anyway, square. And found some resistance. Probably coming back to the roadmap line. This is concerning to me that we did not make a higher high. Made a lower high, turning down. If we don't hold that, probably going down for another lower low. Be pretty rough on square. I got called out my shares. That was the most ridiculous thing. I sold calls way up here like 85, and somebody called my shares on that last pop. I still had like weeks left on my calls. I guess somebody really wanted those shares, but so I'm out for now. Just waiting. We find support at the roadmap line. You can bet I don't get back in that, but at this point, I don't know. Not doing anything bullish. Lower highs is no bueno, as I say. Not good. PANW, looks like we're coming back. Lots of stuff finally getting this flush out I've been looking for a while. Tesla. Oh man, Tesla's down. Wonder who's still holding shorts. Didn't sell my shares. Still holding TSLS and TSLQ. Still expecting a move down. We're breaking out of the channel. Watch the roadmap line. If we get below that, game on. Not even joking a little bit. It's 3 hours make the point. Fourth. Watch out. We get below there. Watch out. Need one more? I'm telling y'all, watch out, all right? We can draw one from right here, look. Watch out, all right? We break below that. That's support. I mean, look. See all this price action right here? We get below that. Watch out. ZS. Probably coming back. Down to the roadmap line. LABU. It's being ridiculous is what it's being if it's up to. Let's just refresh. 2.4%. That's 2.19, but that's just being that's yesterday's number. Hadn't started ticking today. It's yesterday's number. I don't have live data on bar chart. CONL. Look at that. Looks like it's coming right back down. This is leverage, though. Be careful on leverage. But that looks like it's coming right back down to the roadmap line. There is the potential that it holds that right there. Look at this beast. That's been a beast right there. Could be a buying opportunity when this one comes on down. Gets back into this zone. See, I'd watch coin. If the coin chart gets to a point where it looks pretty good, this could be a place to park some money. I'm not joking at all. Like, look at that, 246. That is a beast on paying dividend. What is that? 71%? You may be like, yeah, but they're probably eating their. I mean, look, that's up, and you adjust it for the dividends. Look at that. I mean, could be a place to park some money. Somebody's thinking about that. Bulls, 3x leverage looks pretty dangerous. I'd say we might come back to this zone. BitX, well, get slammed on Bitcoin. Was up here yesterday. Now we're down here, and there's not a lot to the chart, so hard to predict that one. Like I said, you want to leverage up some Bitcoin. Cuts both ways. 2x, baby. That's 2x leverage on Bitcoin. It's not 100x, but it's 2x. And play some options on that, baby. And then you can do 20x. We were up there yesterday. Back down here today. Carvana. Probably coming back to the roadmap line. Somebody drew a big target circle. Now, interesting here. So we tried and failed to break all the way up to the 1272. Retracing, we could find support at that 618 level. Right here. Could. And bounce. So that's one to watch right there. If we bounce here, break back out, we're probably going right up here. Right there. Otherwise, probably coming down there. Would I trade it? No, not at this point. That's too variable for me. That's not the kind of stuff I like to get myself into. I like to have very clear patterns. There's plenty of them out there. Team, looks like that one's coming back down to the roadmap line. Ain't it? That one may come back to retest that consolidation. AMD. That was it. That was my target up there. We hit 150 right here. That high. 151. That was it. Like, that was my target. So at this point, next target up. Back down here. And we may do that for a while. Like this, that was it. Like, that was all I expected. I said 150 for weeks and weeks. Now, probably, this is not super high probability at this point, but if we do this, come down here, then we have a high probability set up again for going higher, and a lot higher. But just gonna have to wait. This could take, that move can take all of this year, or at least half of this year. I mean, it could take all this year, actually. So just gonna have to wait on AMD. It's gonna be painful, long wait. That's all I gotta say about that one. Snow. Choppy. Couldn't break out. Probably gonna retrace back to the roadmap line. Maybe break down. ALB. Couldn't even get to the roadmap line. Couldn't do it. Watch out for that one to roll down. That could have been, if we get below this area right there, we're going on down. Affirm. And rolling on down. I figured this one would be, the jig would be up for buy now, pay later places after Christmas. We may see these retrace pretty deeply. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. IWM, like I said, that was probably coming down. IWN. It's interesting. Another Russell ETF. Value ETF. What does that mean? It's cheaper? I don't know. That one's probably coming down too. I mean, just zoom it out and look though. That's just sideways choppy junk. Like, could it be working on a reversal to go higher? Sure. But chop, 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 chop. It's just chopping in the range. Mara getting hit. Been saying that we're probably gonna come down to 20. Oh, look, it almost made it this morning. What was a low? Ooh, that got close. Didn't trigger my alert, but it got really close. That's a bullish retrace. If it holds right there and turns up again, watch out. That can be explosive higher. And Bitcoin doesn't even have to do anything. Could just do it by itself. PNST. That looks like a SPAC. Probably going to go down. SMH. Yeah, probably come back to the roadmap line. Way over here. Net. And dollar store of the IDM. I guess. I mean, that's got to be what it is. Like, this value is the dollar store of the IWM. We're taking small caps, which are value already. Then we're gonna make them value of the small caps. Cloudflare. Looks like we need a retrace. DEO. It's like the name of the game, right? Either your chart looks like crap, like DEO here, or you're overcooked to the upside and need a retrace. So, and could that find a bottom around here? Sure. Hadn't tested the roadmap line in a while, so we could extend on down. All right. That's the list for the day. Bias. Well, we're working on this retrace, and it'd be an awful waste if we don't go ahead and finish it up now. So, FOMC minutes, volatility. That's the big name of the game here for today. VIX, I mean, we haven't really done a pop yet. None of this crap qualifies to me. Like, we need something in the $15 to $20 range. If we pop 15 to 20, liquidating my options. SVXY, May. This is the one to watch. If we get back to the roadmap line, watch that one. 15 to 20%. That's what we need. 15 to 20% off this high. 15, roadmap line. 20% on down here. If we get that, we can load it up. Probably go 45 to 60 days out. Give yourself plenty of time for this to come around. Every time it's done that since COVID, we're talking like 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago now. Every time since COVID, every time we've done a 15 to 20% pullback, we come ripping right back. So, yeah, buying frenzy on Mora. Hey, I mean, I'm not changing anything I'm doing on Mora. So, well, I'm just sitting tight. I got a long-term goal. Long-term goal. They're arguably one of the biggest Bitcoin miners out there, and they just made themselves even bigger, buying a bunch, doing a deal to own a bunch of power plants and stuff. So, yeah, ISM and Jolts are out. Yeah, ISM and Jolts coming in line essentially. ISM coming in line. Manufacturing prices coming in kind of low, which is hot for the economy. Ford's total vehicles sold. Expecting 15.5. They kind of know, like, not only do they know how many vehicles get sold just by tracking it, but all those vehicles get registered. They know how many, like, the government knows how many cars get registered. I mean, and what year they are and the make and model and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's not like vehicles are a giant mystery. So, there you go. There's not many people that buy vehicles that don't register them because everybody has to have a license plate. Well, I mean, some people steal a license plate, but other people drive around with none. I've seen that a lot lately. It's crazy. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. I'll be back again tomorrow. Like I said, I got a class at 10:30, so it's coming up about 25 minutes talking about market math. It's a sales thing. So, all right. Bye for now. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the bell with the notifications. And if you want to come talk to me in Discord, link is in the description. You get the roadmap line and all that fun stuff. So